the consumer is going to have a lot more money, and therefore, what you call the B-class, C-class towns, that's where the growth will take place.
My question is that in terms of growth, now, could you share some of your fresh investment plans? A lot of manufacturing is being done in India. What kind of growth and investment do you see in India over the next 5 years to meet your growth agenda?
I think your question is more in terms of where does Reckitt Benckiser, where do I see the relevance of Reckitt Benckiser India? Developing markets is the future for virtually all companies. Developing markets is the focus for Reckitt Benckiser Global. India is in the top 1 or 2 developing markets for Reckitt Benckiser. That we are very focused on this country is obvious from the fact that it has, we put in a huge amount of investment. Huge is all relative, but huge amount of investment in FMCG terms. So you've got a new plant already in Uttaranchal, a second plant coming up in Uttaranchal. We put up a plant in Jammu, put up a plant in Himachal, in Parwanu. So we're expanding.
Would you, and I don't think you want to share the figures, but could you also tell us whether India could also be a manufacturing base for your, if not regional South Asian markets, but perhaps global markets as well?
I don't think it's a question of sharing figures. I mean, I have no problem in saying that we are very seriously looking at India as a sourcing base. We already are a sourcing base for some of our products, and the massive facilities that are being put up are not only to meet the Indian demand, but also for the global demand, and particularly Asia.
How would you define, when you say sourcing out of India, how would that sit into your overall revenues out of India?
Very small.
And do you see that growing?
I think it'll be significant.
So would you see a twofold or a fivefold growth?
Could be anything between 2 and 5-fold.
Over the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Where are you right now, and what kind of growth do you see for Reckitt Benckiser for the next 5 years?
We are not the largest FMCG in this country. We are also not the smallest. We are a significant size company, just to very broadly in the ballpark of plus minus about 2,000 crores and more.
And the growth in the last few years has been at what percentage?
Double digit, high double digits.
And you hope to maintain that over the next few years, or do you see a high or even higher double digit growth?
Oh, no, we do have visions of accelerating growths. India is, in my view, a big opportunity, a big investment market. And if we don't do that, somebody else will. We don't like others to take that space.
In terms of raising funds, most of, I would assume, the raising funds for the company would be internal. You have fantastic revenues coming in. Would you look at a listing plan as well in India?
No.
It's been completely ruled out, or could that be considered in the future?
No, it's a question of a global policy in terms of we have more than 50 companies around the globe. We are all, there is a listed company, that's Reckitt Benckiser PLC. All others are not listed.
So that's how the global policy is going to remain for a while?
As of today, yes.
Great. One final question to you, Chandar. Indian market, you're seeing emerging markets in India remain very strong for a company like you. As you go ahead, which is the biggest challenge for a company like yours, and which would be the biggest opportunity for a company like yours?
I mean, if you're talking about the government policies, etc., I don't see that as a major challenge. There's no question I wish the infrastructure was much better, and there was much more facility in terms of being able to move goods and so on. So,
thanks, Chandra. Thanks for talking to us on Bloomberg UTV, and we hope that all the 17 power brands that you have in your stable are riding very high in India. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Cheers.